Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 10 of WWC World Weather Cup. Chicago Bearticks taking on the LA Duos and Coach Grizzly. Just a quick recap of the team that I'm running. First of all, we're 5-3 minus 6. We are sitting in playoff potential. There's still six teams fighting for 3 spots at this point. Yes, we are 5-3, so I need to clarify something. Fizzle Hizzle, Tampa Bay Weasels retired from the league. We do have a replacement in, and by the way, WWC is in playoffs right now. I know the playoff order and all that. Not going to say, just because I'm so far behind in videos, I'm not going to let you guys know what's going on with that. But, Fizzle the Hizzle's replacement, the Chicago Zero Auras, they no-showed to 4 out of the 5 matches that they had to play, and so they basically had 4 forfeits, and they lost their match that they did play, so they took 5 losses. To me, it was not fair to the entire league that Mega Salamence was in the league. Sorry, I had something I saw that just was bothering me I needed to fix for recording. It wasn't fair that a coach that no-showed was going to make playoffs potentially, because as most of you will know, I'm not actually 5-3. I should be 4-4 at this point, with like a -10 differential instead of 5-3 -6. But I went ahead and flipped the Chicago Zero Auras wins that were obtained under Fizzle Hizzle to forfeit wins for every coach. So every coach got a win from Fizzle Hizzle / Chicago Zero Auras from team. We're going to refer to them as Team 12 at this point. So Team 12 forfeited their entire season. Everybody gets a win. It changed very little, except giving everybody a win, basically. Everybody gets a win from that team. It makes it so that game doesn't matter because they're all 3-0 wins, so it doesn't affect differential. It doesn't affect win-loss ratio. Because, like, say, with me being 4-4 and the LA Duos also being 4-4, and several other teams being 4-4, now they're 5-3. So we all stayed the same. It really didn't change anything. It just boosted our differentials all up 3, and it boosted everyone's record up 1 game. So that's why we're 5-3. We're still just as bad a position as we are in 4-4. We're still fighting to get into playoffs, but that's why we're now -6 and 5-3. But everybody else around me is also 5-3. So, and we still have the worst differential. So we are fighting for playoffs. We are desperately fighting to get into playoffs. Again, the team we're running with: Mega Swampert, Zero Orc, Alolan Ninetales, Donphan, Chandelier, Escavalier, Armaldo, Latios, yes. Pelipper, Lilligant, Slurpuff, and Cobalion. My opponent, Grizzly, with the Duos, has Mega Aerodactyl, Blacephalon, Buzzwole, Empoleon, Porygon 2, Magneton, Abomasnow, Tapu Koko, Celebi, Zeraora, Leavanny, and Alolan Dougie. And now I'm going to move this out of the way so we can go ahead and talk about the team we're bringing and why we're bringing. So as you can see, we did bring Rain. Rain has a very good matchup against his team. It allows me to outspeed the bulk majority of his team. Allows me to move pretty well. So we need Rain. The only problem is Abomasnow could come and set Hail. I don't think Abomasnow comes to disrupt the Rain, just because I could be running Alolan Ninetales with Aurora Veil and Snow Cloak instead of Snow Warning, expecting him to set up the Hail for me. Then I raise my evasiveness, get up a Aurora Veil, and he has a tougher time breaking through me, unless he's carrying Brick Break. So I don't think Abomasnow comes, but we're prepped for it just in case. Rocking with Waterfall, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Superpower. Waterfall takes care of the Aerodactyl with Swift Swim and my speed. The speed that I've given myself. I do outspeed Mega Aerodactyl in the rain, so I can kill it with a Waterfall. Earthquake deals with Magneton, it deals with Alolan Trio, Tapu Koko, does damage to Empoleon, takes care of the Blacephalon, as does Waterfall. Ice Punch to hit the Dougie on switch, and potentially Ice Punch to hit all of his grass types except for Abomasnow, super effective. So Leavanny, the Celebi. Ice Punch also will do neutral damage to Arrow. So it's good coverage there. And then Superpower to deal with the Porygon 2, to deal with the Magneton if I wanted to, but I have Earthquake. To deal with the Abomasnow on a potential switch-in, if I predict that and I drop a Superpower, then Abomasnow should go down. It also hits the Dougie really hard. I'm expecting Dougie and Leavanny, either one or both, to come just so he can set up sticky webs and so Tangled Hair comes and slows me down. This is also, by the way, being built with my front office. If you don't remember, I did start a front office. That way I can try to get better at this, especially since I'm on the fringe of playoffs. I kind of need help. And I'm tired of losing and tired of getting so close when I win that it's a 1-0 or that sort of thing. So I've expanded out. I'm getting help for that. Of course, without Rain, Swampert's useless, so we had to bring our Rain Setter and Pelipper with the Assault Vest and Drizzle. We are running Bulky Bird, so basically max HP and then max special attack, so I can try to punch holes through things. Hurricane to deal with the Buzzwole. That Buzzwole is a huge threat to my team. It can be super bulky, and I'm going to have a hard time breaking it, or I can just punch through my team offensively really hard. Hurricane also doesn't miss in the rain, so that helps. Hydro Pump to deal with the Blacephalon, to hit the Arrow, to hit the Dougie. U-turn so I can momentum out and change into something if I need to get Pelipper or get Swampert on the field. The big thing with the match this week is, if I have to play around that Abomasnow, is constantly U-turning and Volt switching, or I need momentum. I need to keep momentuming around, that way I can get Rain out and in and out and set up for Swampert to sweep type of thing. And then Hidden Power Ground, because more than likely his direct check to this is going to be either Tapu Koko or Magneton. So if I go out into this, I get the Rain set up, and I predict correctly that one of those two is coming, I HP ground him and put big damage on before I retreat into Swampert. Chandelure, so his team is incredibly fire weak. Buzzwole doesn't appreciate it. It's a neutral hit on Empoleon. Magneton does not appreciate a flamethrower to the face. Abomasnow dies to an Ember. Celebi gets roasted. Alolan Trio doesn't appreciate it. Leavanny gets burnt or killed by an Ember. He's very fire weak, so I had to bring Chandelure. Chandelure is basically here to break through his team, and then I set up the Rain, and Swampert comes in and finishes everything off. So Chandelure is really just a wall breaker this week. It's not meant to, set up the Rain and quick, bring Shandy in. No, it's get rid of the grass types that are going to sit in front of Swampert, such as the Leavanny, such as the Celebi or the Abomasnow, the things that really threaten Swampert. Get rid of them with Shandy, and then Swampert cleans up. So Flamethrower to deal with all those. Psychic to hit the Buzzwole really hard. Will-O-Wisp to cripple the Buzzwole, because Psychic will not OHKO it because it's a neutral hit. So Will-O-Wisping that Buzzwole is kind of critical because it'll reduce its attacking ability. Also, Will-O-Wisping the Arrow potentially switching in is really good as well, because that helps make Arrow less of an issue. And finally, Hidden Power Electric. If I've got the Arrow Willowed, or I've got, if I've got the Arrow Willowed, then HP Electric with the Expert Belt does a lot of damage to a lot of damage to Arrow, does a lot of damage to Empoleon, which would be his other check to this. And we are not running Flash Fire, we are running Flame Body. He has no real, like, he's not going to hit me with a Fire type move, knowing... Oh no, I am Flash Fire. We agreed that we were Flash Fire on this. We're Flash Fire because we switched this in on a potential Mind Blow from Blacephalon, because it's a Fire type move, and I'd absorb that, and then my Flamethrowers do even more. And if it's a Scarfed Blacephalon, then it's stuck in that. So, or Specs Blacephalon, it's stuck in that. And yeah, we're set up there. Yeah, we're running Modest with the bulk, which we talked about. We have a choiced Scarfed Zeraora with a very, very specific spread of EVs. We're mixed because we're running Volt Switch as well, so we can turn around, Volt Switch around in that. And then we are negative speed nature because we had to compromise somewhere, and I didn't want to compromise our defenses. And since Zeraora is so fast already, compromising that and then putting back in enough speed to negate the compromising allows us to Scarf and get faster than anything on his team except for a Scarfer. So we'll know if that's Scarfed Tapu Koko type of thing. Close combat to beat the tar out of Porygon 2. Eviolite Porygon 2 is stupidly defensive, so we needed something to break through that. It hits Magneton. It hits Empoleon. It'll hit Dougie really hard on the steel side. It'll also hit Abomasnow incredibly hard. And it hits Zoroark really hard, which I fully expect Zoroark to come and disguise itself as something just to mess with me. Plasma Fist to hit the Empoleon as well, to hit, mainly to hit Aerodactyl. Volt Switch so I can turn around and get Rain back up and that if need be. And then knocking off Eviolites, getting knocked off of Porygon 2 and Magneton, knocking off Scarfs potentially on the Koko, knocking off a Choice Band on the Buzzwole if it's banded. Just knockoff is really good to get rid of some items and try and chip down that defense a little bit. Donphan also carrying the Assault Vest with Sturdy, high HP, max HP, max attack, Adamant Nature just so we punch hard with Donphan. Sorry about that. Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Fire Fang, Ice Shard. Rapid Spin, rocks kind of wreck my team a little bit. They make Pelipper's life hard. They make Chandelure life hard. They hurt Alolan Ninetales if he's expecting me to bring the Sleet team again. So it's good to have the Rapid Spin to get rid of those rocks potentially being set up. Earthquake to hit the Blacephalon, to hit the Empoleon, to get the Koko, to get the Dougie. Fire Fang to deal with basically anything grass related that's weak to it. Also hit the Buzzwole hard. And finally Ice Shard, if for some reason their Chandelure punches holes, wears things down, Swampert comes in, Rain runs out, and I can't reset the Rain, but Swampert has also punched a bunch of holes in his team, and he's very, very weak. I can just bring Donphan in and Ice Shard for priority and clean up some stuff. And finally, the last mon we're bringing is Latios. So originally it was Cobalion, but we decided to swap out into a Scarfed Latios at the end. We did a lot of test matches for this one this week, and I really struggled to get past a Buzzwole. So I was going to bring Hidden Power Flying, Weakness Policy, Cobalion to rip through Buzzwole. I'd live the hit, and then Weakness Policy engages, HP Flying, and it dies, and now I'm a +2 special Cobalion ready to rip through. Instead, we went with Latios because Latios lives better, and Psychic will still do big damage to that Buzzwole, and it can't two-shot me back, and I can two-shot it. Ice Beam to hit all the grass types. Thunderbolt to deal with the Arrow. We are fast enough to beat the Arrow on speed. Thunderbolt in electric terrain also just does a lot of damage to his team. Psychic for the Buzzwole, Shadow Ball for the potential of a Scarfed Blacephalon. Just to clean that up. Max special attack, modest, and basically max speed. So that's going to be the team for this week. We do need to keep winning to keep our playoff hopes alive. We are sitting, of those 6 teams, we are 4 out of 6, and there's only 3 spots, so we are the next team into playoffs, assuming we win this match. If we don't, Grizzly's going to jump us. I think I'm sitting in 6th. Grizzly's the next one in, and Grizzly would get in if he beat us here. So this is crucial. We have to get a win here. We'll see how it goes. We've prepped very well. It's just playing around what he brings, dealing with that Buzzwole. If that Buzzwole comes, we're in a lot of trouble because we have a very hard time breaking it. So as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you want to hang out with me outside of YouTube, Discord down below. Go show Griffin some love for me. He's my wonderful artist. And I'm trying to get back into streaming, so always check me out on Twitch too. You could just drop a follow, would be greatly appreciated on that. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you.